Happy Saturday, everyone. I just wanted to get out here in the sunshine to give you an update. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend wherever you are in the world. Let me know where you are. I want to connect with you. I want to know where you guys are tuning in from. And on this episode, I'm going to do several things. I'm going to get into more why I believe a lot of crypto natives have missed the mark on this cycle, who think that the top may be in or close to being in. I actually have a colleague who I referenced yesterday on my video, Virtual Bacon, he goes by as YouTube, who believes that we may have another year left in the tank. I am of that camp as well. In fact, I believe this run truly hasn't even started yet. And why is that? Actually, because the Fed has still not made the pivot. I believe that the money that we've been seeing flowing through the altcoins has been pretty much recycled liquidity largely amongst people who are already in the space, and any of the new money or price injections, this Virtual Bacon has pointed out, have largely come from Bitcoin and Ethereum from the inflows into the ETFs. In fact, he shows that actually Ethereum's price started to tick up when Trump came into office, or when we had the election after November 5th, and that's when Ethereum's price started to spark. So what does all this mean? It means we still haven't even seen the pivot yet, the Fed pivot, the money printer turn on when they start cutting rates, which we know is inevitable because we do have the US debt problem looming. And the only way to fix that is to turn on the money printer and to somehow devalue the dollar through various methods, which then adds to the liquidity and makes markets soar. That's just what it is. The inflation is actually good for the markets because the money printer turns on, there's more stimulus to go around, and risk on assets do phenomenally well. So who has been driving this run so far? Well, that would be the likes of institutions, the ETF inflows, and a lot of the majority Web3 people who are already here. And a lot of them, he explains, seem to have PTSD. I couldn't agree more when I look on my timeline. It's very doom and gloom out there, guys. So try to tune out the noise, and let's take this level by level. But if the 4-year macro cycle is still intact and has anything to say, then actually, yeah, we should be seeing quite a few more months left in the tank, or as he says, haven't even started. In fact, that's probably why Ethereum hasn't gone on its run yet. And everybody who's saying Ethereum is dead, well, we should all be hoping that it wakes up, and I'm confident that it will. I have been buying more Ethereum during this dip. Eric Trump just came out and said, buy more Ethereum. Now is a good time to add Ethereum. World Liberty Finance, like all of the things that Trump has worked on before he launched a meme coin have all been tied to Ethereum, the biggest, most secure chain for finance in all of crypto. Now, Solana has been having a great run due to all the memes and all the liquidity flowing in and out of that, but I don't believe we've seen anything yet. I mean, those of you who've been around a few cycles, you know what I'm talking about. And those of you who are new, PTSD is a real thing. I know that the last cycle ended really abruptly and people thought it was over, but just remember that last time the cycle ended, it was when there was pure euphoria in the air and people thought it was just a dip before going higher. Ask yourself, does that feel like where we're at now? Or does where we're at now feel like, the doom before more gloom? It just wouldn't make sense now to have the cycle end when we haven't even gotten started. So I'm going to play you a clip now from my colleague, Virtual Bacon, so you can understand a little bit more about what I've been explaining.
I believe the crypto native traders are misreading this cycle. The current cycle is driven heavily by Wall Street institutions, the Fed liquidity, and inflation's result. It is not driven by the memes, the AI cryptos, crypto Twitter, or on-chain traders. The macro events have not even happened yet, and crypto traders on CT are already calling the tops. This is way too early in my opinion. Just look at Bitcoin dominance. We haven't seen anything close to the 2021 cycle with Bitcoin to altcoins rotation, or the 2017 cycle with the similar caliber. Practically all the growth in Bitcoin this year has been driven by the spot ETFs, which have picked up more than 5% of all of Bitcoin's supply. I say this not only because of the size, but also because of their correlation. Take a look at the Bitcoin spot ETF inflows and outflows compared to the price of Bitcoin. You see, whenever the inflows are green, Bitcoin price rallies, and then in the months that Bitcoin ETFs has outflow, the days even are negative on Bitcoin's chart. This same effect has barely started for any other altcoins. Just look at Ethereum. The only positive inflows coming into Ethereum only started on November 5th when Trump came into office. All this tells me that the crypto native traders still have PTSD from the bear market, and they see a little bit of profits from their altcoin holdings, and they think the 4-year cycle is just near the top already. I am in the other camp. I believe believe we will see close to another year of bull market. To follow my Bitcoin trades, go to virtualbacon.com for a copy trading tutorial.
Okay, so I hope you like that. And now I'm going to get on to some altcoins. I know that a lot of you have been asking about a Theta video, a Cardano video. I will do those next week. And also I have planned to do a podcast or YouTube with Digital Dave from Crazy for Crypto. So I know a lot of you are from his group. Shout out to him. I'm so excited to do this with him. In fact, a lot of the coins that I'm going to talk about on this episode, we both share. Some of them he actually got me into, like Theta, or got me more into them years ago. So I'm really grateful for that. So shout out to him. And some of these updates are going to come from him. I think his group is fantastic. So I think we need to lift each other up in this space, especially the ones doing phenomenal work. So let's go. I'm going to give you some quick updates on some of the top altcoins that I'm accumulating during this dip. And if you see that it's getting a little bit darker, the sun is going down, it's going to be a beautiful sunset. So let's get right into it. So number one, Theta, all you Theta fans, yes, it is made in America. One fan let me know that in the comments that I hadn't included it before, and I realized, and I'm so glad he did. Theta, 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 guys, patience, patience, that's all I can say. You know, I made a video yesterday saying that maybe Bitcoin's price will start its epic ascent within a 3-month period. And in that time, altcoins might range sideways and wait for Bitcoin to do its thing before they have their epic parabolic runs. But they will, I really believe that we're just getting started and they will do it. So we really need to just be patient during that time. If you're not accumulating, if you don't have cash to accumulate, get up, touch some grass, come back, but don't capitulate, guys. Don't give up. Never give up, because you know, we're right around the corner. You always make sure you do what's best for your strategy and your financial plan. This is not financial advice, of course. It's just what I'm doing, but I just want to make sure that, you know, you're not giving in to all the negative news out there. So Theta has seen a tick up, all-time high, 70% usage, GPU usage. So that is really cool to see. Shout out to Theta, Leviathan, and all the community for keeping us updated. Also, it was just ranked #1 today on social mentions. That's pretty awesome, considering we all know there hasn't been an extensive market budget. In fact, many people ask me if I'm paid to talk about Theta. I am not. I've never been paid to talk about Theta by Theta, but I do hold it. I'm very passionate about it, and I'm just excited to see it do well and fulfill its full potential. As you know, Mitch Liu, from the CEO of Theta, said during ThetaCon that they are working on a tier 1 US listing exchange for this year, which would be absolutely huge. And it's pivoted to be a fundamental AI infrastructure play. So Theta has a big rally incoming, in my opinion. I gave an earlier bull price for that around $25, but I do believe it could hit $50 if things get really heated, and eventually it's 3 digits. I mean, that's where I believe this is headed. So, you know, I'm in it for the long run. I will take profits along the way. We all should, but I believe that this is going to majorly just going to hold until I hit, you know, key levels. So really been enjoying the Theta community, you guys. Let's just stay strong, keep those social mentions coming. And next coin, HBAR. So I hosted a panel with HBAR, some of the executives from HBAR and Sandy Carter from Unstoppable Domains, and I learned a lot about HBAR. They're really working a lot in finance and RWA space, and they are doing really well. The HBAR chart looks amazing. I'm really happy to see it. I think that this is going to be not only Theta's year, but also HBAR's year. I see that going much higher, and they've been affiliated with several other announcements, which maybe I should do a whole just HBAR update. But yes, HBAR I'm super bullish on. Cardano, of course. I've been a Cardano fan since day one. I've been holding since just under 5 cents, sorry. So Cardano is on my list. I've met Charles Hoskinson several times, still have to do that interview at his ranch. But as you know, he's been meeting with people at high up in the White House, could be a potential crypto advisor, and now the Bitcoin community is getting really interested in Cardano. So the Cardano Foundation CEO met with the 4th largest miner of Bitcoin. Remember, ADA can now be integrated with Bitcoin OS, and can become the DeFi layer for Bitcoin. And this 4th largest miner confirms that a lot of miners hold Cardano because of its architecture. This is massively bullish. We got a little bit of a bounce on that news and price when it came out, but nowhere near reflective of where this could be headed. That is absolutely massive. And Charles Hoskinson himself came out and said, This is just a testament to how massive this bull run could be. After we just witnessed the biggest wipeout in crypto history, we've already recovered pretty well from that. Approximately 710 billion in losses and 740,000 traders liquidated. Guys, we are still at these levels. Yes, altcoins have been hit hard, but Bitcoin has barely moved. I mean, it feels like if that's the worst that can happen after a flush out, that is worse than FTX, Luna, all of those, COVID combined. 2025 is crypto's year. So please stay optimistic, keep your head in the game, and do not give up now. And also, I got to talk about XRP. We are due for a pretty big rally fairly soon, according to a lot of charts that I've studied, and also from our group, Capital Mindset Trading Group. So please do check that out in the description below. Yeah, we're due for a pretty massive rally. Whether we correct a little bit more in the interim or not, this thing is going wild this cycle. I know it. There have been many rumors, some of which that were floating around the WEF, the World Economic Forum, where I was speaking, was that, you know, Bank of America has been using the XRP ledger already for quite a long time to settle a lot of their transactions. Okay, number one. Number two, the XRP ledger was off momentarily due to a major integration in the financial system. These all sound pretty interesting, and yours truly, the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, has met with Donald Trump himself, President Trump. Couldn't be more bullish, right? I mean, the way to the top is to work directly with the government, and then you'll know that you're in the clear, right? Then you'll know that you're not violating any massive rules. I mean, it's just a much different landscape than when Gary Gensler had his tear, right? So things couldn't be more bullish in that sense. Next up, we've got this chart that's been flowing around, many variations of it. It's the top Coinbase top 50. We've seen the Grayscale Trust, BlackRock, but also AI and DPIN now, and RWAs. So this chart actually shows that Link is smack in the center of all of them. And we know that the founder of Chainlink has met with very high up officials in the White House as well. So Link keeps appearing, and, you know, people has written it off as one of those kind of like boring dead coins from last cycle. But as soon as ETH turns back on, all of these older kind of like classic plays from last cycle that people think of them as will start to tick up, and we'll see these ETF filings. Like I said yesterday, 3 ETF filings for XRP in 24 hours, and altcoins are dead? Come on, guys. Absolutely not. It's just not possible. I mean, of course, anything is possible. Remember, never financial advice. This is just how I am playing it. I have a very long-term outlook on these markets, which is why I can just understand that if things go down or things don't go as planned, I have a plan of action. I'm going to hold, or I'm going to dollar cost average even more. But otherwise, you guys just have to have a plan, okay? But all of these kind of points of confluence make me think that we've got a lot of gas left in the tank, and we barely even get started. So Link is in the center of this graph. We've also got ADA, Cardano, Sol, XRP, so many other coins, HBAR. They all seem to kind of linger and overlap within a lot of the groups, which is really cool. So if you're looking just to get exposure to some of these key plays that could get you, you know, a very nice portfolio going into this next leg of the bull run, these are the kind of charts to study as the potential core of your portfolio, and then venture out into lower cap coins based on your risk tolerance. Again, everybody is different, but study this chart, have a look at it, do some research on some of them. Ondo is another one that is heating up in the RWA sector. They just had a huge summit with BlackRock. I can't wait to tell you about that. News on Stellar with Ondo as well. Don't forget about XLM Stellar, but Ondo seems to be on everyone's mind lately as far as RWA. I read everywhere about it, so I might just do a video covering Ondo and my top RWA plays. You know that my top RWA real estate play is Proppy, the Pro token. They're going to do phenomenally well this bull run. They just did an auction for a house in Hawaii that they are selling through an NFT with a Bitcoin-backed loan. And everything according to US law, properly licensed. It's really, really cool to see. Very big innovation happening there. Congrats to them. So I just wanted to ease the nerves a little bit this Saturday. Do some digging, do some research, go take a walk, go outside, listen to as much as you humanly can and get prepared for what I believe and know to be true, that this coming year is going to be life-changing for many, and you've got to stay dialed in, you've got to stay on your game, and go to the gym, do physical fitness, keep your mind sharp, get good sleep, and now is the time to go hard, guys. So I'm gonna be doing as many updates as I possibly can. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow.